doing some green screen some green screen work for the video board. It's harder than it looks.
How do you think you did? How was your performance?
Subpar at best. Subpar at best, yeah.
You know, I've been asked the question, what's the strength of the team? The team is the strength of the team. And I think that attitude is really what we're looking for. I had a visiting coach yesterday here who was in the Big Ten a year ago, is out of work right now, but is he's an offensive coach and has Illinois ties. And he came in, he asked if he can come in and watch practice. Absolutely. He goes, one thing I can tell you, Coach, your kids are tough. And the players have no choice, do they? When I watch this practice, they have no choice. They're either going to be tough or they're not going to be here. I said, yep, that's probably pretty accurate.
Country Financial wants to know, what if you could own your future?
I mean, I would spend it with family and friends.
Travel more.
Retire.
Can make decisions that aren't fear-based about money.
At Country Financial, we take the time to get to know you so we can develop a plan with insurance and financial solutions to help you take charge of where you want to be.
Have that fear removed from my mind.
To help you own your future.
To be in control of your future.
Visit ownyourfuture.com to find a local Country Financial representative today.
Now you have the freedom to save even bigger at the Ford Freedom Sales Event. Just announced, get 0% financing for 72 months on 2016 Explorer or Edge. Plus, specially tagged vehicles now get $1,000 smart bonus. Now you have the freedom to choose and the freedom to save with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months on 2016 Explorer or Edge. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get $1,000 smart bonus.
Living the life, yeah, your healthiest one. AMG gives you access unlike anyone. Not feeling well, call or click the doc right away and get in to see him on the same day. With plenty of places close to your nest and 1,500 docs helping you feel your best. In and out of a flash. Call today, get in today. Fill your meds, check your tests, chat with docs around the clocks with AMG. You can be living healthy.
Just click and fly in. Advocate Medical Group.
This is, we've been driving this to St. Charles. I moved up here when I was a little kid from Texas. I lived in Dallas for a little while. I went to St. Patrick's School in downtown back there, and then I went to East for high school, and I played baseball and football. My older brother was 4 or 5 years older than me, so he played football at Butler, and he helped me out a lot in high school because he kind of made there be an expectation for myself going into high school, so I expected a lot out of myself going into it. Yeah, I played receiver and safety. I was recruited as a safety up until 2 weeks before I got offered here, and then I got offered as a receiver. High school was a lot of fun. I was a little bit of a larger kid. I was like 6'4", like 190 something, playing safety, so I loved coming downhill. I've always been a defensive guy.
To his right, being chased, getting hit, down he goes! It's Barry, a former tight end who made the transition this week from tight end to defense.
St. Charles East High School, the Fighting Saints. Our mascot looks like the Burger King guy, but it's a good time. So I'll take you guys in here. I think there's people working out in here right now. How you doing?
Barry, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you as always. I'm glad you guys are still in here. This is, they're filming something for Next Step. You ever seen Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do something with that for us right when we're starting camp. So
okay.
I want to show around the old high school, showing them the old stomping grounds a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun going to school here. It was a great school, and I was blessed with a lot of good coaches. just the D-line kind of being a little dilapidated at the middle part of the season or beginning of the middle. I got moved to D-end, and I like defense a lot because you don't have to not necessarily think, but it's a lot more instinctual, and I think I'm an instinctual guy, and you get to just kind of fly around and hit a lot of people, which is cool. So now I'm playing the D-end kind of outside linebacker position, which is what I think I'll probably stick at for the next couple of years.
I look at Brandon Berry, especially take somebody that was a wide receiver, and you make them into an outside linebacker now. It's a pretty big conversion, and they have to be prepared mentally for it because it's a physical position. You just kind of went from a pillow fight to now you're into a sword fight. Brandon is somebody that's really smart, really smart. He's a guy that knows our defense inside and out. What excites me about him is he's done a terrific job of communicating. He's got an unbelievable big personality, and he's really done a terrific job of communicating. Identifying different backfield sets, different formations, different shifts, different motions. Stuff like that doesn't faze him. I think it's an interesting group. Defensive line will be a very interesting group. Still very youthful. We won't have a single senior on the team this year that plays defensive line, but we've got a lot of really key contributors. Adam Conley. Adam's played a lot of football as well. He's a returning junior. He's a guy that I'm looking for big things from him too. He's got to compete at a high level this year for us to be successful. He's got to take a big jump. And I think the things that he's done from the spring, carried over to the summer, I think Adam will have a very nice year this year. But we need him to be successful. We need him to be a very good football player for us.
Dalton, our nose tackle from last year, he is phenomenal.
Quarterback draw and nowhere to go for Taryn Christian. Dalton Keene had that read beautifully.
Dalton Keene's played a lot of football here. I've got high expectations for Dalton. I think Dalton's should be and needs to be and will be one of the premier defensive linemen in the entire conference.
We did lose a couple of very good guys, which is tough to go through. I mean, but that happens every year as well, and that's kind of the mentality that Coach Spack instilled in us, is next guy up. I mean, no matter what gets thrown at us, you got to be ready to go, and I think there's always a little bit of pressure to try and fill someone else's shoes, and I know all of us are going to come out and do the job to the utmost of what we can, and I mean, I'm just looking to contribute in any way I can. I know the rest of the D-line, the linebackers are ready to go, and we're ready for the challenge, and we are wanting to be one of those guys that you're asking about when saying you lost Dalton Keene, you lost so-and-so, you lost Adam Conley, you lost whoever. That's always a goal, is to be someone whose shoes has to be filled. I mean, I always have someone to throw to. We got two of our best receivers here, and they're always willing to get in work. So anytime I need someone to throw to, or anytime they want to catch routes, they just call me up, or I call them up, and we have a place to throw because Coach Stein always welcomed us back here to work out anytime.
It's really a nice luxury to just have my starting quarterback 15 minutes away. We throw up to 3-4 times a week in the summer when we're all home. I mean, Mike lives pretty close. He comes all the time as well. Sometimes we'll get Matt Pogolski. He'll come over from Wheaton, which is another like 10-15 minutes away. And then we've had Bryce when he played offense, Brandon Berry when he played offense. We were all out here. It's just real nice to be able to just throw and get a good work in while we're not at school. I remember one time I got knocked down close to the sideline at Naperville Central, and there's a guy in my face or something, and Colby actually ran off the sideline, grabbed the guy, and helped me up, which is pretty nice. So I knew at that point he had my back no matter what. I mean, looking back on it, freshman, sophomore, junior year, I always know who they were, and then senior year, it just really hit me that, wow, like these guys will be my teammates after the season is over.
Stepped on my white shoe, Coach. Coach always did.
Oh, that's not good.
I let him slide on it, though.
It's from our state championship, our banner. Full house hidden in the back.
It's all on you. I was just. Hey,
how are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Back. We got camp start tomorrow, so
oh, yeah?
We just got a little throwing in and we head out. So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Where you have camp?
It's at ISU, yeah.
At ISU.
So we don't go anywhere now. So.
Okay.
That's nice.
So you're
I
not
guess.
in South Florida or anything
no,
like that?
not like Michigan.
Or Disney World.
No, I don't think we don't have the budget of Michigan. I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
good luck.
All right, good luck to you guys this year too. And there's the trophy right there. I mean, just any accomplishment or anything that happened in high school really didn't matter once I got to ISU. I had to go there and just start working hard and compete and try to earn my spot on the team. I guess I had a all right junior year and got my film out, and they saw it and I guess liked what they saw, so started recruiting me pretty early, and I fell in love right away with the school, the coaches, everything about the program, just knowing that, I mean, right at the time I was getting recruited, the stadium was getting finished. Just everything about the program was just on the rise.
I really like our guy. He's going to be different than Trey Roberson. Trey Roberson was a great player. He was a great athlete, a great competitor. He was a tremendous deep ball thrower. Different than I thought he would be when he came in here from Indiana. Colby will be a little different. Colby can run. He's not a, this idea that Colby's not going to be is a stiff is not true.
I guess what would you say if people said Jake Colby can't run?
Wait and see, I guess. I mean, again, I don't really care what anyone says. I believe in my abilities, and that's what I would say. I really don't care what you think. I'm going to go out and help us win games. That's all I care about.
He likes the short game. He likes the intermediate game. I think you'll see a little bit more of a diverse offense, a little bit more, particularly in the throwing game, because he likes a lot of other things, and then Trey didn't like as much, or didn't like to execute, or couldn't execute as well.
Jake is an extremely hard worker. You won't find anybody that works harder than him. He's always taking extra time on the field, extra time in the film room, making sure that he's 100% prepared.
Literally, I've done the same thing since I got here. I've worked as hard as I can and just try to help anyone out I can in terms of football or anything off the field. And I think I have more control over how we go about things now. I mean, I got us throwing a little more than we have in the past in the off season. It's just how I am. I like to get to work. Good catch, my bad.
Well, I think what he brings to the table, that's the most important thing, is leadership. Our guys love him, and he's a great kid, and he works hard. He absolutely loves football. He's always around the building. He's always out there throwing with the receivers and tight ends, and he's a gym rat, if you will. He's always watching film, asking questions, and so our guys love that. And our guys want to be with a guy that loves the game and wants to be able to do multiple things. And, you know, on top of that, he's a pretty good player.
He's basically changed my whole mentality in the weight room and on the field, and my preparation for the last 2 years basically has pushed me to become the best football player I can be. His work ethic is second to none. He'll be the most prepared quarterback in the country, no doubt, and you just can't speak enough to that preparation, and that's why I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks to ever play here.
No better feeling winning a championship. I mean, I got the opportunity in high school to win a championship. I got the opportunity as a freshman here and a sophomore to win conference championships, but what we're going towards, right? I mean, what gets me out of bed every day, what keeps me working hard is to win a national championship, and that's the goal, and that's why we work hard. That's so hard to, I mean, we're not satisfied with conference championships. We want more.
He's a grinder mentally. He's in there on his own after workouts. He's out there. You know, I lock the doors at night and I look out and there he is throwing routes with a couple more receivers. He has shown signs that he has what it takes. Now he has to put a whole game together, a whole season together, and then a career. So he's worked really, really hard at it. So I can't say I've ever been around a guy that's worked harder than he has, because I've not. That includes Breeze, because Breeze worked really hard at it too. But I've not been around a guy that works this hard.
Next play, let's go.
Country Financial wants to know, what if you could own your future?
I mean, I would spend it with family and friends.
Travel more.
Retire.
Can make decisions that aren't fear-based about money.
At Country Financial, we take the time to get to know you so we can develop a plan with insurance and financial solutions to help you take charge of where you want to be.
Have that fear removed from my mind.
To help you own your future.
To be in control of your future.
Visit ownyourfuture.com to find a local Country Financial representative today.
Now you have the freedom to save even bigger at the Ford Freedom Sales Event. Just announced, get 0% financing for 72 months on 2016 Explorer or Edge. Plus, specially tagged vehicles now get a 1,000 smart bonus. Now you have the freedom to choose and the freedom to save with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months on 2016 Explorer or Edge. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get a 1,000 smart bonus.
Living the life, yeah, your healthiest one. AMG gives you access unlike anyone. Not feeling well, call or click the doc right away and get in to see him on the same day. With plenty of places close to your nest and 1,500 docs helping you feel your best. In and out of a flash. Call today, get in today, fill your meds, check your test, chat with docs around the clocks with AMG. You can be living healthy.
Just click and fly in. Advocate Medical Group.
I think everybody knows Anthony Warren right now.
Throws into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Redbirds. Anthony Warren. Warren's open. Got it. Touchdown.
We're expecting a big year from him. He's a senior. He had a huge year last year for us, made big play after big play, and so we're really excited about him.
Even though we're really close in age and he's still on the team, I really look up to Anthony Warren. He's the leader of our position group. He leads by example, by his play, and when we need someone to be verbal, he's also that guy as well. Yeah, I mean, we get really excited to work with each other. We there's things that we both do that we know, like we have little signals and things like that, like a little head nod or just seeing things of that sort that we both know. We're kind of on the same page. I mean, Jake makes us watch film. Us three will, sometimes before our meetings, we have like 10-15 minutes. We'll go into the QB meetings just to see what page they're on to make sure that me and him are on the same page when we get out there on the field. And it was just nice to know that, I mean, someone's out there working towards a goal and he wants to be better, I want to be better, just like the rest of the receivers. And we just lead from him and follow his example, basically.
This is by far the most talented, deepest group of receivers I've ever been around since I've been here. With Christian Gibbs, who had a breakout game at the end of the season last year, I'm looking forward to him being a much bigger part of the offense this year.
Protection's there, he throws it, and it's caught. Yes, Christian Gibbs with a wonderful catch at the 46-yard line.
Christian Gibbs will be a third-year player for us who, every year he's made a little bit more of a stride, and I'm really proud of the way he's worked and attacked it. Even in the spring when I wasn't coaching the receivers, I was watching them, and, I got to see him grow a little bit, and very, very excited about him. A guy named Spencer Schnell, who not a lot of people know about, he's going to be pretty fun this year, I think. He's a great kid. He loves football. He's an inside receiver. You see him out there.
Spencer Schnell, who didn't play at all last year, is going to be a huge weapon for us this year in the slot. And then we have Anthony Fowler on the outside with the burners, a deep threat every single time he steps on the field.
Here, by the way, is a long pass. Fowler makes the catch and gets away from the defender at the 20-yard line and is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Anthony Fowler, a transfer from California, JUCO kid who can really run. When he got here, he was a track guy that was playing football, but you see it every day. He takes another step as a receiver and just learning how to be a technician and catch the football. And we laughed because there was about 2 inches of snow on the ground last year, and he said, "Coach, it's a blizzard, man. What are we going to do?" And I said, "Oh, just wait, brother." And then next week was South Dakota, and he had the best game of his career yet as a Redbird. And so I'm really proud of him and just looking for him to make the next step. And we got a bunch of young guys, too.
I think the receivers' potential is absolutely through the roof. We have so many guys in that position that can do great things. Obviously, Anthony Warren is an All-American guy, but I still think he can improve too.
For me, it's just continue to be the most prepared. I've tried to be the most prepared, try to be the smartest guy on the field every time. I need to continue to get stronger, which is what I tried to do this off season. I need to continue to be a better leader. I think especially this upcoming season, my leadership role will increase a little bit more.
We're really deep. At ISU, since I've been around and since Coach Back's been here, it's kind of been quote-unquote wide receiver U. We've had some guys that have really made a lot of plays, but I told our guys the other day, I think this might be the deepest the room's ever been. And that's exciting with what we're going to do on offense and the ability to really do some things. And I'm really looking forward to coaching these guys.
Continuity is always something I think is really important in athletics. Athletes and coaches, we're all kind of the same. We're creatures of habit, and you get in a routine. Certain parts of the year you're in a certain routine, particularly in football. So athletes in general are that way. I think what we did, Kurt had left for family reasons, and we all got it. He did a great job here. Was a great guy to be around. We're going to miss him, but I don't think we've missed much of a beat at least in the summer. I can tell. I think the way we've run our offense, it's been Dan has basically been our run game coordinator. He runs the run game, and you know, so they would come together as a group, and this is my suggestions. This is how I think we should block things, and you know, he's the expert in blocking, in the system of blocking. You know, Billy was a really big part of our passing game, obviously being the receiver coach, and I just felt that I think we've had co-coordinators. Both guys deserved it, and I felt that you know, a co-title, and they get along really well, and I felt that would be best for our team.
Coach Back, you know, sat us both down and said, we're going to make this work, and this is how we want it to work, and respect him for that, and again, look forward to, you know, this new challenge, and Coach Dickin and I, you know, moving forward.
You know, I've been around some really good coaches in my day. Some have really been, every time there was a change, they thought bringing outside people in with new ideas was the way to go. Sometimes that is the way to go. I tend to lean a little bit more towards developing our people from within and elevating them up through the system, because the system stays the same, it doesn't change. And sometimes sometimes it is good for a guy to come in from the outside. But I felt at this time that we didn't need that.
I mean, it's huge, the staff continuity. It's just one of the things that's great about ISU. It's the people. And now, with the changing roles on offense a little bit, there's nothing new for us.
We got a great group of coaches, you know, that have been here for a while. They know the program. They know what we need to do to be successful. You know, I think if we all can stick on the same page and, you know, follow them through, you know, we have a really good shot of going all the way.
I think it's there. I think we're close. We got to start finishing. Tomorrow we got red zone, huh? We got to finish. We got to finish in the red zone. We got to start putting the ball in the end zone. When there is a play to be made, we got to make it. You know what I'm saying? Have that win mentality, that attitude. Get it done. Okay? All right, it's good work. Hey, finish on 2, 1, 2, finish!
You're going to want to get a lot of tracking shots.
Tracking shots?
Yeah. Possible explosions in the background.
All right.
Like during just like regular practice, like during hitting drills. Just put like an explosion, yeah.
Okay.
Where's the issue?
We'll see what we can do.